Welcome anyone to my YouTube channel. This is Everett, aka Two Beasts to Kill You, aka the Beast with the Least. And man, I am super excited. I wasn't able to watch it live, but I'm going to talk about the Gears of War E-Day multiplayer dump that they had. That was at 6 in the morning today. I don't even know what, but before we get into that, let's hit that intro. All right. So, yeah, they had a trailer. It was about a 12-minute long video, and yeah, it showcased some PvP, but mainly they did want to focus on the Horde siege. So yeah, Gears of War E-Day. That's what we're talking about, obviously. And yeah, I gotta say, as I said, I'm excited. Uh, Now, obviously, I'd say I'm a pretty big Gears fan. There's also the Gears of War 4 thing right there. Can't really move the camera to show. I have like all the collector's editions for all the games and everything. Uh, I don't know where I put the Baird figure I have. I'm a pretty big Gears fan. It's my favorite franchise, so obviously take what I say at face value. That I am a huge Gears fan, so I may be more excited than you are. Regardless, I'm excited, but yeah, and what I saw, I can't I can't complain. So yeah, I'm going to talk about what they were talking about in the video. But yeah, one of the things that stuck out to me was that they clearly were trying to evoke more older, epic games, Gears games with how they want to do, what's the word, like not grittiness, but like, oh, it feels more weighty. As much as I love Gears 4 and 5, yes, I do love Gears 4 and 5, they do feel a little bit lighter. This one does look like it is quicker though, than Gears 1 through 3 and everything. But it still looks, with even with the changes, that like they want to add that weight back into it that we had in Gears 1 through 3, 1, 2, and 3, and whatever. Because again, yeah, it felt a little lighter in Gears 4 and 5. Didn't feel as, you know, heavy, I would say. I don't know what's the word. There's just a little bit of a difference. But you could see that they're trying to bring that back. They're really like, okay, let's get back to Gears basics while also evolving what's, what this core game is, which makes sense. I don't know, like, you just can't always make the same game over and over and over. They obviously tried to just make kind of just a basic Gears game with 4 and everything. And it, people didn't like it. They did what they wanted to do, or not what they wanted, but they did a little bit of different stuff with like the open world things and all that, and some more movement changes in Gears 5. Obviously, it wasn't as popular as they would like. Uh, that's why they're doing what they're doing, trying to return to a more quote unquote classic Gears while still updating it. And from what I've seen, I obviously haven't played it. I'll be able to play it next week when they do the beta. Um, it looks like they might be, and if you look on the internet, there's a lot of people excited who have played it. Obviously, there's some people who aren't, but yeah, yeah. I think Gears is back, baby. But yeah, let's talk about some of the things. So first off, Horde Siege, which I was excited when they announced it, when they had their Gears presentation back in June. I was excited because Horde has always been, it's fun. It is fun. It's not my favorite mode to play. I still would prefer to play the PvP stuff, but you know, you kind of just can't keep doing Horde over and over and over. They make changes here and there, obviously, with, from 2 to 3. Oh, here's defend this, here's a spot to defend where you choose. 4 had the, you know, the fabricator and everything. Obviously, they added classes and everything. They kept evolving it, but you can only do so much. They're bringing back the classes. So there was assault, sniper, medic, and recon. Or recon, I think, is a sniper, but I don't remember. Basically, like a more demolitions one. I don't remember what they called it exactly. Um, and yeah, this one's 12 players with 3 groups of 4, and yeah, it looks like they really are like, okay, a big map, uh, objectives to deal with throughout the map, while also obviously just killing hordes, waves of the enemy or whatever, hordes and hordes of enemies. That's why it's called Horde. Um, but it does seem like they're adding in a little bit of like extraction shooter elements, unless I'm mistaken. But from what he was, what one of the developers were saying, that like you go in with things and you get rewards and then get out, and you can even leave like your teammates behind, but your rewards won't be as good and everything. So like that part maybe I might not be a little excited about. I'm not a big extraction shooter guy. I've tried to play some extraction shooters. I guess the most I would have played was that it's not really an extraction shooter, but it was extraction shooter mode in the Call of Duty Warzone for whatever game they had it. I don't remember. But, again, yeah, I'm not that big of an extraction shooter guy, so we'll see. Obviously it's going to be part of the beta, but we'll see. Then of course, we've got the PvP. And yeah, it looks good. The movement looks great. Obviously, this is what Gears is for bulk of the fans of Gears. Obviously these types of game shooters, it lives and dies by its PvP typically. And yeah, this looks like it's going to be one of those games where you really will, if you're a big Gears fan, and obviously once the full game releases and it does live up to the hype, yeah, we're gonna be playing this Gears for a while. Now I'm excited about what they're gonna be doing, but I'm also at the same time a little bit like, oof, they've only said 6 maps. I don't know if maybe that was all the maps. I could have swore that I remember they said that this is the only maps that were on in the game. I think it was like 6 or 7. Shut up. Uh, but I can remember there's Park, Battleship, Outpost, Precinct, Market, and Skyward. They did say they were obviously going to add more maps and modes and everything as time goes on and everything. But if there is only like a handful of maps, that could be a little bit, you know. I'm assuming maybe because they're more focused on the Horde Siege mode, and obviously they are focused on the PvP, but that's taken away from PvP, the Horde Siege. Also, only 4 modes is kind of, I mean, I get it. Unfortunately, in pretty much every shooter, like people always talk about, oh, you have to have a crap ton of game types and everything, but like honestly, it always comes down to domination, team deathmatch, and some kind of one life mode like demolition or something in just whatever game you're playing or whatever, like in Call of Duty. Um, that's what they have here. They have team deathmatch, so they're bringing that back. They're bringing King of the Hill back, but it's called Conquest. Then they have a new one where you're picking up like it's a core to score points. That's called Crucible, and then they're bringing in Demolition. I don't think it was called Demolition. I think it was called something else, but it's Demolition. Like you got it, arm a bomb. One team arms a bomb. One team has to defend it, and yeah. Uh, so that's it. 4 modes, no execution, which is kind of a little bit of a bummer because that is Gears. Execution is Gears. But I don't know. Maybe the team deathmatch, if they don't do what they've done before, where it's just like a handful of lives, if they just maybe just go with the scoring system and other ones where it's like first to 50 kills or something, I don't know, or maybe less because it's only a 4-on-4 game. Maybe that's fine. I'm just glad they're bringing King of the Hill back. That's like my game type, so yeah. And finally, the thing I'll talk about is basically how they're going about the game with because obviously it's still going to be online service stuff and everything. So they said no battle pass, no tour of duty like in Gears 5. There's earnable skins through gameplay. See, they're going to have seasonal events and all that stuff. They're going to have medals, and the ribbons are back, so things you can grind for and everything. Coins are still coming back to purchase things, but they said the actual premium stuff you buy is more like charity bundles and partnered content and everything, which actually one of the things they showed off was that they're doing a Metallica, I think it's called Ride the Lightning. If I could, I have it up right. Ride the Lightning weapon skin set. I'll probably put it up in the video. It's just a Metallica skin that looks, yeah, it looks okay. I mean, if you're a Metallica fan, I mean, I like older Metallica and whatever, but if you're a Metallica fan, yeah. So yeah, obviously I haven't played it, unfortunately. There's been enough people played it. They said they liked it. There's enough people saying they like it, and it seems like Gears is back. Everyone says that. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm obviously gonna play next week when they do the beta, and then the open beta next week. So next few weeks I'll play. Obviously, October can't come soon enough. I'm just super excited. I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background, but he's obviously excited too for Gears. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's Gears, and like you can't do wrong in my eyes sometimes. I'm even a fan of Judgment. I know. I could get chainsawed for saying that. Yeah. All right, but I'll go ahead and end this right there. You like what I do on this channel? You like my podcast and new episodes every Monday? Like, comment, subscribe, share, dislike. Give me hate comments, all that stuff. Give me all the views, all the comments, all the dislikes, likes. Just interact. I just want you to interact. But until next time, I'll catch you later.